The Dax Hardwood Eric Bischoff beef rolls on into May of 2024. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And they've been getting stuck into each other, but Eric Bischoff is fired. Could this be the fatal blow into Dax Hardwood? And he says he had his opportunity in WWE, but failed and didn't get over it. Wah, wah, wah. This was during his podcast that former WCW President Bischoff discussed his online beef with FTR's Dax Harwood. Bischoff said the following in regards to FTR as a tag team, and I quote, "By what metric, they're one of the best tag teams in the world. Certainly not financially. Can't point to FTR and say, yeah, but every time they're on television, look at the success they have in reigns. Look at their quarter reigns. Look at how much money they draw on the road. Of course, they're not on the road because AEW can barely get enough people to produce a television show, much less go to a house show. So there's no metric other than emotion, which is all subjective. It's not objective, whereby anyone can state that FTR is one of the best tag teams in the world. If you like them, great. I like them as a tag team, as I just said a few moments ago. But to suggest that one of the best tag teams in the world is kind of like a branding statement that we've all just latched on to and continue. But it's not really true. They didn't make it in WWE. They had an opportunity, just like I had an opportunity in 2019. I didn't make it. I got fired. I didn't adapt. I didn't get myself over, just like FTR. They had their opportunity. They couldn't get over. A lot of people did, and they didn't. There are a lot of reasons for that. But the fact is, they didn't get over. And now in AEW, and yes, they're swimming in a much, much smaller pond. So in their minds, perhaps they feel like a bigger fish. I'm not saying, I'm not sure. I haven't had any interactions with Mr. Wheeler. He hasn't taken the Twitter to call me out, so I'm going to leave him out of the equation. But yeah, Dax, you've had your opportunity in WWE. You failed. You didn't get over it. Well, it is what it is. I know it hurts. It just doesn't sound nice. It's so cruel, but it's also true. And now he's in AEW. He feels like a bigger fish in a much, much smaller pond where hardly anybody's over. And I'm not suggesting it's all his fault, but it is what it is. End of quote. Damn. Quotes courtesy of 411 Mania. And Eric Bischoff there, he's not pulling any punches. And I think he's within his rights. And you know what? I think Eric Bischoff's actually sold himself short there. He's talking about the fact that he didn't go over in 2019. I just don't think that was ever going to work. I mean, when McMahon had Bischoff and Heyman, not really as GMs back in 2019, it was more like advisor roles, wasn't it? It was never really ever going to work that. And that's not me defending Bischoff, right? Because what he did wasn't exactly great. But, I mean, no one's going to blast Bischoff for that 2019 run. We're always going to remember him for WCW and then being the best general manager of all time. Yes, Eric Bischoff, in my humble opinion, is the best GM of all time. And that's not to say the rest are bad, alright? Paul Heyman, fantastic. Teddy Long, fantastic. You know, there's been William Regal, like commissioners, Foley, etc. All fantastic. But I do think that Paul Heyman comes a close second, but then it is Eric Bischoff for me that absolutely just takes the biscuit, takes the cake, so to speak. And I don't think many people can really complain about it. And if you all want to complain about it, that's fair enough. But when I see the likes of Adam Cole, not Adam Cole, sorry, Adam Cole, Scrap Daddy, Adam Pearce, and Nick Aldis be referred to as like the greatest authority figures that we've ever had, that just shows your lack of wrestling knowledge. It really fucking does. Like, if you honestly sit there and think that the likes of those two are anywhere near anybody from like past eras, you need your head at. Like, yeah, say what you want about John Laurinaitis and what he's done behind the scenes allegedly, and you know, he betrayed McMahon and you know, he's jumping sides like a hot potato. But John Laurinaitis in his authority roles is superior to Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis. You can remember People Power. You remember his promos with Cena and Punk. And even though that shitey feud with Big Show, he took the AA through the table. You remember that. And the same goes for Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler saying that the best tag team in the world. No, you ain't, man. You ain't. You're nowhere near the fucking best tag teams in the world or of all time. Look at the tag teams, man, we've had in the past. Like the Road Warriors, Dudleys, Hardys, Edge and Christian. Fucking even shiter tag, way shiter tag teams than them. Smoke FTR at the war. I don't know what Dax Harwood gets his fucking, his thing from. No, it shows the sign, right, of someone that ain't the best of all time. It's when they actually have to say it before anyone addresses them, is it? Because apart from FTR, no one's calling these guys the best tag team of all time and the best tag team in the world. And that's when you know you fucking failed. Like, see The Rock, Austin, Hogan, they never came out in promos and said they were the best, right? Because everybody knew they were the best. That is, it's just cheap for these guys. Anyway, Bischoff's in the right. Dax Harwood, all he's got's a mustache, man. He looks like a 80s porn star. That's all he's got going for him.